Hi guys, Alex here. Welcome back to Girl Talk. I've got a little bit of mess and a little bit of drama today for you guys. For today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit of a Shantopolis world update. You guys know I am so glued in on this Syria Bees 2025. We are here, y'all. This has to be the best arc that we have gotten since the Natter saga in 2021. Of course, the journey to Kuwait was promising in the beginning, but it ended up being a big flop. Although I do have to say she ended the season with a bang. Who would have guessed that she would have left Kuwait because of getting into some drama, some trouble. Today, we're going to go over the last couple of days in Shantopolis, covering all of her live streams. The last time that we checked in was on Sunday night's live stream, where I took a look at her brand new video, as well as clips from a recent live stream that really detailed the conditions that she was living in over in Syria. But now, and we're going to get to this, we're going to do a little visual reaction. She has taken us around the apartment so we can actually see for ourselves what she is dealing with. So I will give you guys the play-by-play, the rundown on that as well. We will talk about her weight loss, possible weight loss surgery in the Middle East. Is that what's next for Cutie? And what exactly she has planned, because as she has reiterated time and time again, she doesn't plan on staying there long. Major topic of discussion: is she leaving Syria? What will become of Salah? Because this was all for him. Her going through all of that travel was for him. We will also talk about impending possible medical emergencies, what will happen in that regard. Foodie's health does not exactly look so great right now. And as you guys know, anything could happen at any time, which could possibly send her back to Canada. I mean, for all we know, she's on a plane right now because she said she was going to go live today and she didn't. We haven't heard from her since. But for now, let's get all caught up. We have a lot to catch up on the day today in Syria. Let's just get right into it. I mean, shall we? All right, you guys, welcome back to our Shantopolis world update. So I wanted to start off by talking about where she is exactly, because she had led people to believe that she was in Damascus. Even she herself thought that she was in Damascus. I don't know what Salah ended up telling her, but she came clean to the audience and admitted that they are in fact not in Damascus, but a small town that she doesn't even know the name of, she admits. Or she could even be lying about that. Maybe she didn't want to let people know that she's in Damascus, so now she's taking it back. You know what is interesting is Chantal has let everyone know that there is no addresses on the buildings, so she can't possibly have her address put out there in Syria because she doesn't have one. But that also means she will not be getting any Temu packages anytime soon. So let's begin by talking about her live streams from Monday. This first one was called Syria Has the Best Food. She comes on and she's eating, but don't disregard the fact that she claims that she has been losing so much weight to the point where she gets up and shows just how loose her dress or shirt is. It's super loose, you guys. She has been managing her bed because of the heat and claims that she's helped along by the guilt that others are going hungry around her while she's 400 lbs. So she has no choice but to lose weight if she is staying there. I would be really, would I be really surprised? I would be a little bit surprised if she managed to pack on the pounds in Syria. Like, that would take some work. Once she gets out of this apartment and gets that AC every day, maybe things will go back to the way that they were. She plans on doing her laundry with government electricity. And then, as you guys know, that's 4 hours a day. And then she's going to hang them outside to dry. She claims to be doing 1 meal a day. Yeah, our girl's back on the OMAD. Foodie claims you don't have to do much. just eat less and move more, which is what people have been telling her for years. I mean, isn't that like Obese to Beast's motto? Eat less, move more. It's just wild to see these 180 flips from her in regards to her perspective on weight loss, living in Syria, whatever it is. She is constantly changing her opinion and saying things, and then the next week she'll say something completely different, or she'll complain about just how hard it is to actually lose weight when this whole Syria weight loss plan doesn't work. I was thinking last night while watching one of her live streams, how would ALR survive in Syria? Like, she literally gets everything delivered, her groceries, food, $15 Diet Cokes, everything. They don't have any kind of delivery like that. I mean, Chantal doesn't even have access to TikTok anymore. What a loss, girl. She does say that her toe has healed from her fall in Canada, but now her eye is all messed up. She got something in it while she was cleaning. It's just one thing after another, isn't it? She has another issue. Her solar thing is supposedly fixed. That was actually a quote from her. The solar thing is fixed. They have been struggling trying to get someone to fix this, and she has been going without being able to get good sleep because she needs to plug in her CPAP, etc., and she wasn't able to do that. She does mention that the corner store nearby does not sell cold drinks. Like, they only have lukewarm to hot drinks all the time. I mean, can you guys imagine? There's nothing worse than like a warm Coke. Like, I wouldn't even want to drink it. Things get even worse. She has to use a bucket in order to flush her toilet. Sometimes if you like pour a bucket of water and it forces it down, she has to do that every single time she wants to flush it. Because of this, her and Salah do not end up flushing it that much. A lot of the time, their toilet just sits there with waste in it. Yeah, I know. And it's going to get even worse, guys. It's going to get even worse. So buckle in. They have no fridge. It's too much for the solar power. It all just feels like a joke to her, not very serious to her. But for Salah, this is his life now. She can go back anytime that she wants. He can't. I don't even understand why he would want to ever see her again after she completely upended his life like this. And it was supposed to go the other way around. Like, she was supposed to be scammed, not me. Is that what he says to himself at night? He must be in it for the long game. I mean, this game is long, and this is a definite setback right here. Like, I don't know how they're going to wiggle their way out of this one. Although Chantal did say that they were talking about getting Salah a better passport, which means Canadian citizenship, right? I mean, there's no other one that she could provide. She decides to laugh and mock the people that were offended about her joke that she made about Smokey the cat, the one that she abandoned after getting in Canada for about a week. What she ended up saying was, if you guys haven't heard it yet, when someone asked, "Where is Smokey? How is Smokey?" she said, "Now he's Chinese food." She says it's all just dark humor, but with her track record, it's not very funny. Moving right along, we'll be covering her next live, which was called Our Kitchen in Syria. A lot of people have been wondering, how does that kitchen look? Well, the kitchen is the living room and the dining room. It's all just kind of one room, y'all. She begins by saying that Salah is still struggling sometimes seeing the condition of his country. I mean, after years and years of turmoil. Get this, Julia's litter box is just a cardboard box with sand in it because she can't find any litter over there. I have been seeing a lot of people say, this was brought up in the live stream too, but I've seen people talk about it on Twitter and Reddit and things, that her Canadian citizenship is in danger. I think that's her Canadian citizenship is not in danger. People are citing this story where this woman was a bride to... There was mountains of evidence against this woman. Chantal's not doing that. She should have contacted the Canadian government, though, to let them know that she was going to Syria, just in case. It's something that should do. I'm not sure how mandatory it is. I'm sure Chantal did not want anyone trying to talk her out of going or trying to make her fear going over there. So she just kind of skipped that step. All seems very shady, her like crossing the border on land into Syria. from Lebanon. It all seems a bit shady. That's Foodie for ya. I mean, she can do literally anything, take the biggest risks, have the worst health, break laws, and nothing happens to her. So let's go ahead and take this time to react to Foodie Beauty's kitchen as well as her bathroom area. You guys are not going to want to miss this part. It's going to get juicy. Alrighty, so here we first up have this corner of the kitchen setup. What is this thing? I was just wondering, is that like cardboard? Why would you have cardboard so close to where there would be an open flame? I mean, it's probably not cardboard, but what even is that? Right there, you've got these outlets like that. That's like not good outlet placement. I mean, we don't have to get that nitpicky, but when you plug something in, the cord is almost hanging over the open flame. This right here is wild. Like, when was the last time this has been cleaned? It's almost as if this apartment they're living in has been sat dormant for quite a long time. Now, this is her gas stove. As you can see, the paint is very chipped around the edges. The knobs are missing on this side. But, I mean, if it works, it works. Okay, so here we get a clear shot of what is going on in the living space. The fridge. Look, Julia's on top of the fridge. Now, this fridge is, in her words, disgusting. At one point, she claimed they got a new one, which makes no sense if they plan on leaving. And she cannot use it because it just sucks up all the energy from the solar power, leaving them with nothing for themselves. And then here she has this fan. The fan looks like it's just photoshopped on top. You know what I mean? The fan, for some reason, sticks out. It looks like someone just photoshopped a fan right there. But no, that is her video. And the couch is right here. This is the couch that she is sitting on in her videos. Yikes on bikes when it comes to that couch situation. She was showing off a lot of her groceries and her new slim figure. But I'm more interested in these cabinets. What's going on? Like, they kind of look new. And check out this angle. I mean, this really proves that looks can be deceiving, because just look at this space. It looks nice as far as you can tell from this angle. That is her bathroom sink right there. So they do have running water. She's able to wash her hands. She's able to wash her body in the shower. They don't have any cold water. And here she is showing off their drinking water, I believe. Or is that the bucket they dumped down the toilet? See, she still is really treating this kind of like a camping trip, a new adventure. While Salah, I would really like to know what's going through his mind. He must be furious with her. He has to be. How is he keeping it together? He must be serious about this Canadian sitch type deal. Maybe he sees this. The only way I can see why he would still want anything to do with her is if he thinks, and they've spoken about Canadian citizenship for him, because this situation is just too hard to endure. We know she's not going to last too long. And now for the grand finale, here is the toilet. There is no flushing mechanism. She has to dump a bucket of water for it to go down. Is that like a hose on the side there to clean yourself off? Because during her live stream, she says that they don't use TP. And I'm just thinking, well, then what do you use? She says that there's a regular toilet. I don't see it. Where is it?
So this is the normal one.
Where?
And then you have
I guess off to the covered by the door. There you have the squat one, guys. You jealous yet? One thing that really grossed me out about watching that live stream was after she showed the squat toilet and she was done cleaning her dishes in the bathroom sink, she had to like close that area because it just smelled so bad, to the point where she was literally gagging on stream. She was really gagging, like it was that bad. Chantal then begins to talk about Syria. She says that she has never seen any food scarcity. So I'm not sure what that means, but it's like, girl, just because you haven't seen it does not mean that it doesn't exist. Sure, it exists. It really depends on the area too. Some areas are better off than others. She goes into this monologue about how we are so spoiled in the West. But it's like, girl, you were living it up in Kuwait. Like, how was that any different, really? Eating all that Western fast food. electricity all 24 hours, AC cranked down to 65. Like, there's people that don't have access to food and water, and you act like they don't exist. Chantal accidentally turns her phone around while she's sitting on the couch, and we get a glimpse of a ashtray sitting on the couch. And Chantal admits that Salah is going to be mad at her because she just exposed Salah for smoking cigarettes. But it is very, very common over there. People start talking about Chantal possibly raising children in the future and what that would look like. Chantal says that Muslims believe you should have kids even if you're poor. People in Canada do it and get welfare, but people in Syria get by on their own without welfare. Girl, lately, Salah has been telling her to get this weight loss surgery that costs $1,200 in Syria. And I'm just thinking, OMG. It's not even done in a hospital, supposedly. They take her in a clinic and do it. I don't know. I would be very, very uncomfortable getting something like that done over there. Although Chantal claims that they know a woman and she lost a lot of weight. So maybe Foodie can just save up and get that. I don't know, girl. At her size, that would be like playing with fire. She occasionally still hears pew-pews outside when they're trying to sleep. And she really just tries to sell Syria to people the whole time. Like, it even got to the point where I was thinking to myself, wouldn't it be nice to just leave and forget about everything going on in the US and just drop my phone, drop everything and go to a country where they only have electricity for 4 hours? But no. Plus, can you imagine me walking down the street talking like this in Syria? She lets it slip that she wants to get Salah a better passport because they want to travel to certain countries and he's limited because he has a Syrian passport. They don't accept that in that many countries. She wants to get him a better passport, which would mean taking him to Canada and somehow getting him citizenship over in Canada. Although I just wonder how he would get by in Canada without Chantal. I mean, he would have to find another woman like Debbie Ann, who has her own condo. Does Debbie have room for another one? No, I don't think so. So that is it for Monday's live. Let's move on to Tuesday's live, which was called Hello from beautiful Syria. She begins by saying she has been hanging with her neighbors recently. They've been sharing food. It has just been quite the kiki. And she has been so busy today. I don't even know how she has time for us. She's just so busy, you guys. I couldn't help but wonder how long till she falls out with these people. Because remember the whole situation with the Shabib family, Salah's friend in Kuwait and his wife. They ended up not liking Chantal and falling out with Salah because of it. It had nothing to do with the haters online. It had everything to do with her own actions. Specifically, when they went camping, she wouldn't lift a finger. She acted like a princess. It doesn't seem like any of Salah's friends took too kindly to their relationship. We never heard of them spending too much time with anybody, huh? After she fell out with Mr. Shabib. How long is she even staying in this specific place? She did say in her live stream, one of the last things that she said was that they were going to be moving by the end of the month. She could really mean anything by this. How long will she realistically be able to stay in Syria? Based on a short Google search, it says that you're only allowed to stay for 15 days. And after that, you need to get approval from immigration. But when it comes to Syria, you can never be too sure because things are changing on a dime. Some things aren't enforced. It really is hard to say how long she can exactly stay. Is she leaving Syria or leaving that apartment? She does say that she's not taking her insulin, and this could cause serious damage to her internal organs. It's not something you want to mess around with. You really want to be under a doctor's supervision when you're doing these kinds of things, but that's Chantal for you. I mean, she travels around like she's the healthiest person in the world and doesn't even need to see a doctor for anything. She does claim that her sugar levels have gotten better because she is no longer having fast food, although her foot begs to differ. There has been a lot of conversation these past few days surrounding Chantal's foot. It looks absolutely swollen. She admits that it's swollen. It's hard to really tell the color. I've seen people say it's purple. I've seen people say that's the lighting. It's really hard to say. I mean, the lighting is not the best in there. We can admit that. Chantal thinks that it is stupid that people continue to talk about her swollen foot, but could this be another medical emergency for her? And would she make it to a facility that could care for her, whether that's in Syria, Jordan, or Lebanon in time? What's going to be that thing? Because it does seem as though Foodie has gotten away with so much when it comes to medical issues and not giving a crap about them. Each year that passes, things get worse as she leaves them untreated. I think that's the only thing that she has on her side is she is still relatively young. She does seem to now be considering that Syrian WLS, although she wants to try doing it on her own first. Can you imagine if she gets that $1,200 Syrian WLS? Like, that would just be a wild arc. She starts talking about how people have been so racist and prejudiced since she has gone to Syria because they only see the portrayal from the Western media and they don't see that whole other side of Syria that she gets to see. I mean, she just knows so much. She's been there for what, a week, 2 weeks? She just knows so much about Syria, you guys. Everything that we see out there is a lie. She just knows everything, right? But there is one huge thing that she has left out when it comes to Syria, and that is with this new government, what are the implications for those that do not practice Islam? The Christian population in Syria has been persecuted for years now. As you may have heard, there was that situation at the church that I talked about in a previous video. The Christians are very much targeted. There are people there that do not practice any kind of religion. They could be targeted as well. To be fair, she can't really talk about these things while she's in Syria. That would not be a very good idea at all. So it is not all sunshine and rainbows like Chantal is trying to make it out to be. It is still very much on shaky ground. I do know that like just at the end of June, HTS, who's the new leader, met with Trump when previously they had designated him as a blank leader, you know. There was an incident during this live stream where one of her viewers from Kuwait said that they couldn't see her newest upload. She has also been having trouble logging into the website to go live streaming because, I mean, she's logging in from Syria, so it is unusual. She wasn't even sure if she was going to get on to live stream. There was an issue for one of her uploads where it just didn't show up for some people. Does this all have to do with her location? Probably. Could being in that location affect her ability to make money? Possible. Chantal thinks that she might be blocked in Kuwait for some reason. Wink, wink. No idea why. Certain videos can get blocked in different countries. I don't know why that one would be, but could mean something, could mean nothing. Chantal begins to get a little bit nasty. You can tell she's tired. You can tell she's irritable, but she ends up logging off the stream before she goes too far. That was one of the main reasons that she left Kuwait, was because she felt like, no, it wasn't. The main reason she left was because she was scared of Paul's Kuwait / the government. But she says one of the main reasons she didn't care that she had to leave was because in Kuwait, she felt like her speech was stifled, which it was. But things are not much better in Syria. I just don't see them paying any attention to this woman's YouTube channel, so she can kind of get away like that. Plus, there's just so much going on right now. Doesn't seem like a priority unless she gets stopped in the street and something escalates from that. That's the only way I could see her. I could see her getting in trouble like that, but not from what she says online. At the end of the live stream, she promises twice that she is going to return tomorrow, which is today, and she never returned. She did say that she was going to be going around today, filming a video, vlogging what she's doing. Maybe she just hasn't had the time to edit it yet because she was so tired, or she's detained. We have not seen her since. All right, you guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Just an update on all things Foodie in Syria, the best arc since Nader Saga. Go, Foodie, go. We've got a couple of more weeks she has to endure this apartment, and then we'll see if she moves on up to the east side. But I don't really know where she's going to be going that's going to be much better. I guess they'll find a place that has electricity 24/7 and you can have a fridge. Or will she just decide to go to a different country? With as impulsive as she is, I can't really tell you guys until she lands and films a video there because you can't really trust her intentions. They change on a dime. What about this clinic WLS? Should she just go for it? That would be something. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I will, of course, catch you guys in the next one. All right. Ma salamati. Bye, guys.